So this is popular books worth the hype versus ones not worth the hype. So we're going to start with the pile that is not worth the hype, just because there's a lot more in that, and I would like to end this video on a positive note. So I would say for the ones not worth the hype is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This book was good, but also at the same time, it's like 500 pages of like a 40-year-old man acting like a 5-year-old, I swear. Like, he's like a child. And then Naomi loved her, but I don't know, Knox I just couldn't stand half the time, because it's just like, dude, you're 40 years old. Why are you doing half the stuff you're doing? I feel like it might have been a little more realistic if it was like they were 20, but the characters are like 40. So I'm like, no, they should not be doing some of that stuff. When I read it, I think I really did like it, but it definitely didn't deserve as much hype as it got, in my opinion. And then Daydream by Hannah Grace. I don't hate this book. I don't love the whole series because it got so much hype, but there wasn't that much plot in half of them. This one is better than like the first two at least. Still not worth the hype. It's about Henry and Hallie, like friends to lovers kind of, but I don't know. I feel like her writing has improved since she wrote Icebreaker, but it still needs to improve. She still is getting better, obviously learning. And I don't know, I just didn't love it. And I feel like it's not worth the hype it gets. Oh, and obviously like the ones that I don't view as worth the hype, like you guys can still read and enjoy. Like it's not like they're terrible. I just don't think they deserved all that hype they were receiving. The Housemaid by Freddie McFadden. This one got a lot of hype, especially because of the movie. And it is decent. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not worth like all that hype that I got, really. I mean, maybe some hype, yeah. It's not a horrible book. Like, it's decent. I just want, like, I don't feel like this is like everyone's like favorite book ever. Could be a few people's, but I don't think it's like a lot. So, Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. Literally the whole Rebel Blue Ranch series. Did I get that right? Yeah. I did not love this series. I did not like it. People say it's like the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. I mean, I've said that too. It's similar enough. It's about cowboys, but to me, it's so different, and I did prefer Elsie Silver's. These characters in Lila Sage's just made me mad. I don't know why. I just felt like it was probably just, it's an easy read, which is what some people really like, but for me, I don't, and I just don't think it was worth the hype the series was getting a few years ago. Okay, Kiss Now, Lie Later by C.W. Farnsworth. This is the rival love duology. It's part of that. Yeah, I also feel like this should not have gotten as much hype as it had gotten. It was good. Could have been better. Characters all made me mad at some point, but a lot of characters do that, which is fine. And I don't know. I liked it. I just don't think it needed as much hype. Now, some of you might not agree with this, but I do. Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. All of her books have gotten so much hype. I did like Love Hypothesis. I did really like that. I haven't read really any others, but I read this one and I did not really like it. The characters annoyed me so much. And it wasn't even the writing. I feel like it was the characters and just different plot points that I didn't like. And that's why I'm saying it's not worth the hype. Obviously, like, still read it if you want. Like, it wasn't horrible and some other people might, like, really like this. I just don't personally think it's worth the hype. This one was big, okay, a few years ago. The 60-40 Rule by Ellie K. Wild. I cannot stand this book. The characters, the plot points, everything about it just annoyed me. And so I definitely feel like this was not worth the hype it got, in my personal opinion. Obviously, if you like it, you like it. That's fine. Like, this is my opinion on these books. So, yeah. And, I don't know. I don't even feel like it was like, the author's obviously a great writer. Like, that wasn't even it. It was just, like, so many different things about it. So, there was that. And then the last one and not worth the hype is The Flat Shirt by Beth O'Leary. When I read this book, I did not like it. I didn't like the premise, really. Like, when I started reading it, I didn't like the premise. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like their plot points. Like, it just wasn't for me, and I felt like this was not worth the hype. Now, for the ones worth the hype, I would say The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This series was definitely worth the hype, especially if you like YA or like you're a 13 or 14-year-old. Like, obviously for me personally now, like, I probably wouldn't like it as much now because I'm not like, I was younger when I started reading this, and so like I really enjoyed it then. And obviously I feel like it's not something that like a lot of other people will enjoy, but it's definitely worth the hype for certain audiences. That's really it. And the show was amazing, so. Butcher and Blackbird by Brianne Weaver. It's the whole Ruinous Love trilogy. This trilogy is so good. I love the characters. I love the plots. It is so worth the hype that it got. So there's that. The Boys of Time series by Chloe Walsh. You guys know I love this series, and it is definitely worth the hype in my opinion. Like, it is so good. The characters are amazing. Everything is so good. So I would say 100% this. And then finally, the Windy City series by Liz Tomford. This whole series is worth the hype. Like, it is so good. The characters, the plots. I'm excited to read her newest book. I have to still buy that, but like, I think she's an amazing author, and obviously like she's getting better as she writes. Like, I feel like all authors, as they like are writing more books, like they get better and better. And then obviously like once they've written a bunch, they're like so good. So yeah, that is it for popular books worth the hype versus ones not worth the hype. And obviously this is just my opinion. No hate to anyone that actually like loves these books and stuff. So yeah, comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next video. Bye!